of insurance products and services.
And Boxed. Email sales@box.ky to place your holiday in a box order.
And now, Radio K-Man presents The Business Buzz, an insightful and fresh take on a variety of issues that impact the local business environment. This is where we address the business topics that matter. Radio K-Man's Business Buzz. Here's your host, Anita Khan.
Hello, good morning. Welcome to Radio K-Man's Business Buzz. It's a pleasure to have you listening this morning and joining us by way of YouTube and Facebook. I want to say good morning to Miss Susan. Susan is the producer of the Business Buzz, and she's holding it down, of course, as usual, in the next studio. And we have only one segment today. Our guest for the first segment was caught up in traffic, way on the road, way up east. So our second guest was here early, very early. So he's got an opportunity to stay a little bit longer and keep us company. Hopefully we'll have our first guest rescheduled for later this month. But in the meantime, we want to say good morning and welcome to the Business Buzz. Good morning to our guest. Good morning to Mr. Darrell Dakers. Darrell is the owner of Health for Today. Good morning, Darrell.
Good morning.
You saved the morning by being here early?
Listen, I love to be early. I learn to be early. And thank you for having me here.
Thank Susan. Susan is a woman.
Thank you, Susan, for having me here. Certainly.
She operates everything behind the scenes.
I'm always excited to share.
And we're excited to get you the right forum to share.
By the way, before I start, I must say I'm not a doctor.
Okay.
So I want to make that clear.
Okay, Darrell is not a doctor, but he's the owner of Health for Today. So that means he's done some research, extreme research. Am I wrong?
Just to give you very quickly, I became a Christian in 1999 and went off to Health Center in Virginia up in the hills. Mm-hmm. And they were vegans and changed my whole lifestyle. I'm not telling anyone to be a vegan, but I'm a vegan. I enjoy it. I'm like a child with it. I mean, I just have fun. I feel better. I sleep better, so I have fun. Okay. And I learned a lot. And since 1999, I have traveled 12 different times to various lifestyle centers and have studied scientists about the body, nutrients, building the immune system. And I just found out, as a matter of fact, I think it was Abraham Lincoln that died from pneumonia. They found out after he died, it was because he had a bad immune system. So you find that my focus is building the immune system.
Wasn't he shot by you?
I don't remember if it was him, but I know one of the presidents. Maybe okay. I studied so much that I could get the name wrong, but I know one of the presidents died with a low immune system, with immune, and they find out that it was a low immune system. Okay. But I do a lot of research. I go to lifestyle centers. And I do so many different things. And I start selling products from about 2008. But I was just selling one or two at home. Mm-hmm. Now I have over 100 and odd products. It's the first time I have a website. And I would like to start because sometimes people are driving and they don't get the information. My website is health for today, one word, healthfortoday.ky. That is healthfortoday.ky, and the phone number is 928-1503, and we will repeat that as we continue with our interview.
You should be hosting a show. Or co-hosting with me or something, right? That way I get to stay quiet and listen, which I do most of the time anyway. Yes. But it's good to have you in the studio, and I like the way that you get the info, the contact details out there, because most times people leave their vehicle, go into work, and then they'll call and say, I didn't get the number this morning. So
now we're talking about, and you're hosting the show again, but we're talking about research of products. What you find I will do, when I start researching product supplements, and I only carry vegan supplements. For instance, this weekend I threw away 8 containers a vegan supplement, of one supplement. It was pre-workout supplement from plant. So it was all plant-based. But when I got it, I realized it hadn't caffeine from coffee. Now, I don't put caffeine in my body. So how can I sell that to someone else? So, I mean, it was a lot of money, and I threw them in the garbage. It was 10 of them. So people say, well, I drink coffee, and that's fine. I'm not telling people not to drink coffee, but coffee is bad for the heart. So scientists say, not me, is bad for the brain, and it depletes your body from magnesium. And magnesium is very important. So when I find and like I say, I'm not telling anybody, I'm not judging anybody, but from my research, from scientists, and that's where doctors get their information from science. And I don't just go to one science or one organization, and not just to the health centers that I attend. I look at different people, and as a scientist out of Israel, which supplies most doctors with information. I like his stuff. I mean, he go into stuff on nursing child, a mother nursing the child, what it does to it, and all of that. So, and it's again comes down to nutrition. I have a acronym that I use called New Start. And New Start. And I realized growing up in Cayman, our parents and their grandparents had this acronym, but they didn't realize it themselves. So it's N for nutrition. N for nutrition. What is nutrition? I'm not talking about being a vegan, which I love being a vegan, but I'm talking about we had beef once a year. And Christmas.
Right.
And the beef that we had, the cow ate grass. So they were getting a lot of nutrients from the cow because the cow ate grass. Now, the cow that you eat today are not eating grass. You have the odd person that still have a grass-fed cow. But what you're getting from cow meat is zero. And then because we were only eating it once a year, our body wasn't under a lot of stress digesting that stuff.
It would take, 6 hours to...
72 hours. 72 hours. And we ate chicken, and the chicken that we ate came from the little food that we had. We fed the chicken with. So the chicken wasn't pumped up with all these steroids and stuff they're using now. And then we had fish. But meat was only on Christmas. So N is for nutrition. E is for exercise. Exercise, we had to walk wherever we went. And a matter of fact, when I look at Jesus and in the Garden of Eden, as he made Adam and Eve, he said, till the garden, exercise. And then Jesus walked where he went. He knew what he was doing. And so exercise is very important. We had to walk wherever we went. I walked to school and walked back home. Then W is for water. When I was growing up, I didn't have sodas. I didn't have orange juice with all the sugar and stuff. We just had pure, good water. And then S for sunlight. We were constantly walking in the sun, so we were getting all the sun that we need. Sun helped heal the body, and sun also set your circadian rhythm. And when that is set, that is how you sleep good at night. At night. So that was S. And T is for temperance. So going back then, we didn't go to the bank to get a loan for a house. We just built a little. Our dad went back to sea and came back. We built a little. So we didn't have all these responsibilities of paying for 2 cars, caught in the traffic jam like our friend this morning and all of that. So because of that, we didn't have all the stress. We had temperance. By 8 o'clock, I was in bed, sleeping at night. We were in a hammock about 5:30 in the evening. Our parents telling us the stories that was passed down. So that was temperance. And we go to air, fresh air. The oxygen is so important for the brain and other parts of the body. So we were always out in fresh air. Rest. We got good rest. I remember on weekends, on Sunday morning, we got up early. We went to church. We went home. We got some rest. We went back to church, and we got a lot of rest. We went to bed early. And scientists, not me again, is saying that it's proven between like 10 at night and 2 in the morning is the most critical part for the body to heal.
10 at night and
10 till about 2 in the morning. I mean, you should sleep more than that, but that is more critical than any other time. Sleeping at night in the dark, the body is replenishing itself.
Between 10 and... That's weird because that's when I sleep. When I'm up at 2.
Yeah, between 10 and 2 is very
Didn't know
good.
that.
And you find that other people would say various things, but what you try, you collect all the information and look at the top guys and say, this makes sense what they're saying. So that was rest. And T, the most important, trust in God.
Okay.
And that's new start.
And on that note, Daryl, we're going to take a break. If you're just joining us, good morning. This is Radio Cayman's Business Buzz. I'm your host, Anita Khan. And in the studio, we have Mr. Daryl Dakers. Daryl is the owner of Health for Today, and I'm sure you want to hear more, so just keep it locked.
The Cayman Islands boasts of a long, colorful, and rich history. In tribute to our roots, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Historical Vignette Series, brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects. The Cayman Islands, he hath founded it upon the seas.
Dalkeith Ruel Bodden, 1918 to 2001.
Dalkeith Ruel Bodden, like many Caymanian men of his generation, spent much of his early adulthood overseas, having worked for his family cattle business in Georgetown since the age of 10, and at 19 he went to Aruba to work for an oil company. When World War II was declared in 1939, he went to England and enlisted in the Royal Air Force. He served with the RAF for 6 years, including tours in East Africa and Egypt. En route home in 1946, Dal talked with King Parker in Jamaica about the possibility of seaplanes landing in the North Sound. This vision later became a reality. Dalkeith married the former Vita Marin in 1947, and the couple had one daughter. In 1957, he opened Crew Road Gas and Service Station. Later, he and Vita built the Bodmer Building in Georgetown. Dal was a founder of the Rotary Club and the Veterans Association. He donated property to the Cayman Islands government to enable a road to be built into the Queen Elizabeth II Botanic Park.
International Diabetes Federation records reflect 6.1 adults aged 20 to 79 years old in the Cayman Islands live with diabetes. 537 million adults the world over live with diabetes. November is World Diabetes Awareness Month. November 14th is World Diabetes Awareness Day, marking the birthday of Dr. Frederick Banting, the insulin co-discoverer. We, Rotary Central, along with the Health Services Authority, invite you to a free health screening: blood sugar, cholesterol, blood pressure, hemoglobin, A1C, BMI, and free physician's consultation. Saturday, November 4th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Two convenient locations: A.L. Thompson's Georgetown, cost you less, Governor Square, West Bay Road. Mark this date that could change your life for better. Rotary Health Check, Saturday, November 4th. Rotary, creating hope in the world.
Radio Cayman's Historical Vignettes was brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects.
This holiday season, enjoy a hassle-free feast with your whole family with a holiday in a box. A complete holiday dinner that easily serves 8 to 10 people. Prepared by executive chefs, canapes, carved turkey and ham, sides and 2 desserts. No shopping, no food prep, and no kitchen cleanup. Simply pop the dishes in the oven, and within 60 minutes, your holiday feast is ready to be savored. Pre-orders are now open. Only $175, serving 8 to 10 people. To place an order, email wholesale@catering.ky.
Homeowners, protecting your family and property is crucial during the season, and you should always assess insurance needs long before a storm makes landfall. Most insurers won't issue new policies or increases when a storm is imminent. Cayman Insurance Center's team of professionals can help owners like you find the most comprehensive coverage and competitive rates. Call the insurance professionals at Cayman Insurance Center 949-4657 or email info@cic.com.ky. Don't take chances with your family's future or your valuable assets. Call Cayman Insurance Center's insurance professionals today at 949-4657.
Business Buzz. Business Buzz with your host, Anita Khan.
Good morning and welcome back to the Business Buzz. Coming up at 8, we'll have the 8 o'clock news for you. We'll have news weather, traffic, and then we'll be back with Daryl right here because he's not going anywhere. He's going to stay for the entire half of the first segment, and then, of course, for our second segment. But Daryl, so in case you missed it, Daryl is the owner of Health for Today. And we just found out what the acronym New Start meant. Nutrition, exercise, let me see if I got this right. Water, that's NEW. And for start, sunlight, temperance, air, get some rest, trust in God. Yes. Final letter. Yes, that's right. New start. So
I'm not going to let you off the hook here because during the break you was telling me some stuff that so I'm going to share that with our audience that
I think you know though.
You had a problem coming off meat. Again, we are not telling people to come off of meat. No. That's not what we're here for. But you came off of meat and your concern was where I'm going to get protein from.
Correct.
But you said something to me a while ago. You say that the cow ate all the green stuff and got their protein. So clear eating the cow, why we don't eat the green stuff?
Right. You get some chlorophyll, right?
Get some chlorophyll. Yeah. But just to let you know, I sell 100% no artificial added to it plant-based protein. I sell 100%.
I'll search for that.
Yeah, 100%. Because certain proteins, they will say plant-based, but they will say artificial flavor or something. Right. It's 100%. It's come from various plants.
Or there's marine crop, something involved.
Well, spirulina having a lot of protein also. Okay. So spirulina is into other stuff, and it tastes very, very good. And I sell that. Again, we don't want to wait till the end. My website is healthfortoday.ky. That is healthfortoday.ky, and my phone number is 928-1503. Go to my website and have fun. Just browse my website and have fun. So as we continue, we will probably look at a few of my products today. By the way, I don't do business a normal way, and because it's a business show, I would probably like to say to people, doing a business plan is very important. Yes, it is. But don't get caught up in the plan because there's so many people that have business plans, start a business, they're not around today. So what I say, have a dream. First, you have a dream. And a dream is no good without action.
That's right.
And don't listen to the mean people. You have to do this, you have to do that. Sometimes your dream is so off the map that people cannot relate to it. I mean, people told me you shouldn't do a website, stay at home and do what you're doing. Now they're calling me and say, boy, I like your website. Where do you do your pens? Because I want to do some too. So once you get that, that is one part of it. I worked in sales with Stereo City, started with Everett.
I remember that.
He was a lot, I mean, he did a lot of training with me, but I did a lot of training outside, to do a lot of reading. I tried to read 2 books per month on various things. In sales, I remember there's a lady going back to Stereo City when I left, and she saw me and she said, I went there and you wasn't there and I wouldn't buy anything. I didn't buy anything.
I remember when you were there.
Yeah, you wasn't there to help me. And it taught me something in my music career, and I know we soon have to take a break. I find that when I used to do my CDs, I used to go with Bob Marley, Byron Lee, and all these CDs. I would say, I am not a known artist like these guys. What is going to make a person pick up my CD over their CD? So I studied a lot of sales with that. The key, communication. A lot of people communicate, but they cannot connect. You need to connect with your customer. You need to see them as special people. If you're just having a business to make money, which we want to make money, then that is not my business. I wake up in the morning, who can I help again today?
Darren, on that note, we're going to say thanks to our sponsors this morning. Cayman Insurance Center celebrating 45 years of service to Cayman and Box Cayman. Box from our kitchen to yours. Susan, we're going to take that time check, that break, and we'll be back with Daryl Dakers, owner of Health for Today, after that.
Thank you, Anita. Studio time now is 7:59, brought to you by Foster's.
So it's your turn to cook tonight. What are we having?
Well, we have chicken thighs, pork chop, sirloin steak, ground chicken, or beef stir fry.
Wow, so many options.
Yeah, I got them from the Foster's Pick 5 selection. You can choose any 5 specially marked packs for $19.99. The meat is always fresh and never previously frozen. It's the perfect way to stock up for the week.
So all of this only costs $19.99?
It sure did.
Pick 5 is available at all locations and selection may vary between stores. Foster's, better value because we care.
The voice of the Cayman Islands.
89.9 FM in Grand Cayman and 93.9 FM in Cayman Brac and Little Cayman.
Silver wings shining in the sunlight.
Radio Cayman.
The 8 a.m. news is brought to you by ValueMed Pharmacy. Save time and order your prescription refills online at value-medpharmacy.com. VALU-medpharmacy.com.
For today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands.
With your latest news, I'm Carsley Fuller. The jury in the murder trial for Justin Jackson and Eric Brian Williams Soto have been given directions on how to consider the charges and alternative charges against the pair. Radio Cayman's Jevi Ebanks has the breakdown.
Following extensive legal arguments and consideration, Honorable Justice Cheryl Richards, KC, has given the jury of 6 men and 6 women legal directives on how they must consider the charges of murder and alternative charges in the murder trial of Justin Jackson and Eric Brian Williams Soto. Jackson and Williams Soto are jointly charged with the murder of Harry Elliott Jr. when he was leaving an establishment in Georgetown known for illegal numbers gambling in 2022. On Monday, Honorable Justice Richards told the jury that while the men are jointly charged, the verdict must be considered individually. The judge reminded the jury that the burden of proof is for the prosecution to prove guilt, not for the accused to show their innocence. For the jury to find Jackson and Williams Soto guilty of murder, the justice says the prosecution case must meet all 4 aspects of the standard of proof for murder: that the act was unlawful, that it caused the death of Harry Elliott Jr., that the act was deliberate, and the action was done with malice or forethought. The judge reminded the jury that the failure to meet all 4 of the standards must result in the acquittal of both men on the murder charge. If any of the elements of the standard of proof are not met, it is only at that point that the jury can consider alternative charges. In this instant, manslaughter for both men, and in the case of Eric Brian Williams Soto, they could also consider the charge of accessory after the fact. Jevi Ebanks, Radio Cayman News.
The case continues in Grand Court today. A man reportedly involved in a domestic incident finds himself on the wrong end of a police dog. Radio Cayman's April Cummings has more.
It all started with a phone call about a domestic incident off Selkirk Drive in Georgetown. Police say they received a report that a man went to the residence of a woman he knew, behaving, quote, aggressively and threateningly towards her, damaging property at the location. The man was gone before police arrived, but as they started to conduct checks in the area, they saw a man who fit the suspect's description. When officers approached, he ignored them and tried to run off, but officers cornered him. Police say that's when he got aggressive and resisted the officers' attempts to detain him. So a police canine was deployed, who bit the man. At that point, officers were able to arrest him. He was transported to the Cayman Islands Hospital for treatment and subsequently discharged into police custody. The suspect is a 20-year-old from West Bay who has since been formally charged with 2 counts of damage to property, 1 count each of causing fear or provocation of violence, criminal trespass, and resisting arrest. April Cummings, Radio Cayman News.
In other police news, a Georgetown man is arrested on drug charges after a Sunday evening incident in Grand Harbor. Police were sent at around 9:10 p.m., and it appeared that an altercation had taken place between a man and a woman who knew each other, which resulted in the woman being assaulted. RCIPS officers say while speaking with the parties involved, they had cause to believe that the man may have been in possession of illicit substances, which led to a search of his vehicle at the location. A 20-year-old Georgetown man was arrested on suspicion of assault causing actual bodily harm and consumption of ganja. Police also found drugs at the suspect's home and say he faces charges for that as well. Now with a check of international news, here's the BBC, which takes us out of the newscast. I'm Carsley Fuller from Radio Cayman's newsroom.
BBC News with Emily Thomas.
Israel's military says Hamas targets are being attacked in all parts of the Gaza Strip. It said it also targeted Hezbollah in Lebanon. Hamas says its fighters fired anti-tank missiles at Israeli armoured vehicles. The US says it's optimistic the number of aid trucks entering Gaza will soon increase to around 100 a day. The White House said discussions with Israel were taking place. Tens of thousands of striking clothing factory workers in Bangladesh have blocked roads and smashed up factories. Police fired tear gas to disperse the crowds who gathered in the industrial areas outside Dhaka. The head of the Roman Catholic Church in Spain has apologised for the sexual abuse of children within the institution, but said a recent report into the problem was misleading. It gave details of just under 500 cases, but estimated that more than 1% of Spain's adult population had been abused. Two close aides of Britain's former Prime Minister Boris Johnson are giving evidence to the inquiry into the COVID pandemic. Mr Johnson's former Director of Communications said there'd been no clarity of purpose at the beginning of the outbreak. BBC News.
The 8 a.m. news is brought to you by ValueMed Pharmacy. Save time and order your prescription refills online at value-medpharmacy.com. VALU-medpharmacy.com.
Now, more than ever, supporting your immune system is crucial to helping your body fight off illnesses like the common cold, the flu, and COVID-19. At ValueMed Pharmacy on Walkers Road and in Buttontown, we carry all the essential vitamins and minerals to help support your immune system and improve your overall health. Some of our top immunity support picks are vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, elderberry, and quercetin, or the popular 7-in-1 immunity support. Our pharmacists are always on hand to help guide you and answer any questions. Visit ValueMed Pharmacy on Walkers Road or Buttontown. Live happy, live healthy with ValueMed Pharmacy.
Stay in touch with Radio Cayman with the latest up-to-date, accurate news and information. For your convenience, the headline news will be repeated on our sister station, Breeze 105.3 FM, weekdays at 8:30 a.m. Follow Radio Cayman on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or download the Radio Cayman app in the App Store or log on to www.radiocayman.gov.ky and stay connected to what's happening in the community. Radio Cayman, your voice, your choice, your radio.
Time to text the group chat. Direct flights from Grand Cayman to Barbados are officially here. Starting October 18th, you can now plan your Barbados getaway or family reunion with a non-stop flight via Cayman Airways. Weekly flights starting October 18th and twice weekly flights on Tuesdays and Thursdays begin November 7th, 2023. To book your flight today, call Cayman Airways Reservations at 1-800-422-9626 or book online at CaymanAirways.com. So pack your bags and get ready. Barbados is now closer than ever.
Introducing Digicel's all-new prepaid plans. Packed with more any-use data than ever before. Entertainment data for the apps you love, like Netflix, Spotify, YouTube, and TikTok. Plus, endless social data for Snapchat, WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. So you're always in the know. Stay connected. Stay entertained with Digicel's new prepaid plans. Activate in the My Digicel app today. Digicel. Better connected.
Radio Cayman News.
Today's outcome confirms our reputation as a well-regulated jurisdiction.
A change in court dates for two men charged with last month's murder.
The men remain in custody in Northward and are expected to return to court in November.
Officers responded to a report of a collision involving two pedestrians and a Honda Fit.
Radio Cayman. Your voice, your choice for today's biggest news.
The 8 a.m. weather report brought to you by CG Britcay, where people come first.
Good morning. Let's take a look at the latest weather report. Current temperature is 80 degrees. Relative humidity is 87%. The barometric pressure is 29.84 inches and rising. The winds are calm. Overnight low temperature was 77 degrees. Synopses indicate light winds and slight seas are expected to continue for the next 24 hours due to a weak pressure gradient across the Caribbean. Satellite images show patches of shallow low-level clouds across the Cayman area. The forecast for today calling for partly cloudy skies with a 20% chance of showers, and temperatures today will be in the upper 80s. Winds will be light and variable, and seas will be slight with wave heights of 1 to 3 feet. Pretty much the same for tonight, partly cloudy skies with a 20% chance of showers, and temperatures falling to the upper 70s tonight. Winds will be northwest to north at 5 to 10 knots, and seas will be slight with wave heights of 1 to 3 feet. Today's high tide will be this morning at 11:31, low tide this evening at 5:44, and a high tide again tonight at 10:45. The sun will set this evening at 5:51 and will rise tomorrow morning at 6:26. And the outlook is calling for an increase in the chance of showers from tomorrow afternoon as a cold front moves over the northwest Caribbean north of the Cayman area. Winds are expected to begin to increase from tomorrow evening and become fresh to strong by Thursday morning. Seas will follow suit and become rough by Thursday. A small craft warning is expected to be in effect at that time. That's the very latest on your weather report.
Mr. Campbell, we have your test results. Do you want the good news or the bad news first?
Good news. No, wait, bad news. Give it to me straight, doctor.
Your blood work came back. You've got erythrocytes all over.
Oh no, this can't be happening.
Here's the good news. That just means red blood cells. It's a good thing. You're completely fine.
With 99% of medical claims paid in 5 days, we're like a doctor who doesn't want to be a comedian. CG Brit K. Good like that.
The 8 a.m. weather report brought to you by CG Brit K, where people come first.
During these unprecedented times, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Cayman Strong Series. The Cayman Strong Series is brought to you by Encourse Cayman. Visit encourse.ky to view a full list of wellness services and their qualified team. Encourse Cayman, health, wellness, and happiness.
Change your thinking. Change your life. Developing the giver's mindset can bolster any relationship.
As motivational speaker Tony Robbins said, some of the biggest challenges in relationships come from the fact that most people enter a relationship in order to get something. They're trying to find someone who's going to make them feel good. In reality, the only way a relationship will last is if you see a relationship as a place that you go to give and not only a place that you go to take.
Change your thinking. Change your life.
During these unprecedented times, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Cayman Strong Series. The Cayman Strong Series is brought to you by Encourse Cayman. Visit encourse.ky to view a full list of wellness services and their qualified team. Encourse Cayman, health, wellness, and happiness.
These days, feelings of loneliness, anxiety, stress, and depression can be overwhelming. Just know you are not alone. Encourse Cayman offers private mental health services for children, teens, adults, and groups. Visit encourse.ky to view a full list of wellness services and their qualified team. Encourse Cayman, health, wellness, and happiness.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Planning a meeting, event, or office celebration? Visit subway.ky to place your catering order today.
Good morning once again. Let's take a look this time at traffic. Heavy traffic coming off of the Esteli-Tibbetts Highway, delays expected. And continuing on to North Sound Road, traffic is steady, as well as heading towards the Industrial Park area. Godfrey Nixon Way and Easton Avenue flowing moderately. And busy traffic, heavy traffic on the Linford Pearson Highway. And also on Cool Road heading to Georgetown, coming off of Bobby Thompson Way, steady traffic, as well as off of Agnes Way. Slight delays expected. Light to moderate traffic flow on Edward Street and traffic moving moderately on Shedden Road. And coming from the West Bay 4-way stop, flowing nicely. Huldah Avenue, steady traffic, but flowing. And that's what's happening on your roads. Join us again at about 10 minutes after 12. We'll give you another traffic report. Remember, click it or tick it. Have a good morning. Drive safe.
They say variety is the spice of life. And that's why at Subway, we're introducing the new Boneless Hot Sub.
Say what?
The premium sub brings new ingredients like spicy breaded boneless chicken, French's crispy fried onions, and buffalo wing sauce, bringing a zesty and flavorful experience with every bite. Add some of your favorite veggies, cheese, and ranch sauce of your choice of freshly baked bread for the ultimate boneless hot sub. For a little spice in your life, try the new boneless hot sub from Subway.
So good and tasty.
And make it a meal with a drink and chips or cookies. Subway. Eat fresh.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Planning a meeting, event, or office celebration? Visit subway.ky to place your catering order today.
Business Buzz. Business Buzz with your host, Anita Khan.
Home.
15 minutes after 8 o'clock. Good morning. Welcome back to the Business Buzz. Only one segment today, and we started off with Mr. Darrell Dakers, owner of Health for Today, and he's still in the studio with me. Living Healthy starts with you.
Living Healthy starts with you. And by the way, you can call me Darrell, you know. I'll soon be calling you Miss Anita also if you're calling me Mr. Darrell. Going back to when we finish off, we are not here, and I say we because you came off of Meat Yourself. We're not here promoting veganism, telling people they have to be a vegan.
No.
We're just sharing information and the joy that we receive and the health benefits that we have received. And we were just talking, even the local HSA in a hospital is having some natural stuff at the hospital if you're dealing with high blood pressure. So even the doctors are saying, hey, we know this stuff too. And we want to share it with you. So we're not telling people that, but coming back, if you're going to eat any kind of flesh, when I talk to people, I said, eat fish.
Eat fish.
Eat fish.
Huh? I love fish.
Come off of the beef because they're feeding him with all kind of stuff. Come off of the chicken because in what I hear that they say is homegrown and all that. I'm hearing some different thing unless it's in Cayman. And the fish, I don't want to put down anyone, but what they're telling me, even some of the people that go out for fishing in Cayman here, they will go out for a few days. And when you catch fish, it will start spoiling. So what happened? They use formaldehyde to spray on the fish to keep it.
Yeah.
So I say, if you're going to buy fish in Cayman, some of them on the bay, I'm not saying all of them, Eastern and West Bay, these little guys going out, buy the local fish, or water is still clean. I was in the U.S. and I saw a sign, if you're pregnant, do not eat fish from this area. I mean, So what happened if you're not pregnant? Is it good for you? So I'm not a doctor here. Again, like I said, just a lot of research. And I am not here promoting you have to be a vegan. I am saying you need a lifestyle change. I go to the gym 2 times a day.
Twice per day?
Twice per day. I'd only go once now because I have my treadmill at home. Okay. So I walk in the morning, do interval trainings, which when people come to me, I share it with them. And then I go to the gym in the evening, do some walking on the treadmill, and then lift some weights. So I do that about 5 days a week. Okay. So that is very important. A matter of fact, they have established that people with depression, they treat depression with exercise. Yes, with exercise. One of the main ingredients, and doctors will tell you that now. So back to health.
But hold on a second.
You're the host. You're the host.
So I want to know, we want to know, who is your target market? Who do you cater to with all the stuff that you bring in?
Before a child is born and just before they die. Okay. They're the people that I cater to.
Okay.
Other words, I'm bringing in stuff now for infants or newborns that have toothache. When you're teething, not toothache, when you're teething, you find that it's something from a plant that you can now rub on their gums. It's all natural to help them with the pain. I'm bringing in some chewable multivitamins that's made from fruits with no added sugar that you can chew on. I'm bringing in some. As well. Yeah, I'm bringing in, and I have.
And these are for children.
For children, man and woman. Okay. So some people say I don't like to take tablets. All right. And one thing that I brought in now that's made by the way, most of my stuff that I carry, 95%, is from Christian companies. Okay. Not all Christian companies you can trust. I'm sad to say that, but as I go through them, so you find that. I'm bringing in some stuff now for adults from plant, again, to build the immune system in a liquid, and it tastes very good. I do like aloe vera without the green stuff, with peach in it. That tastes very good also. So I do stuff like for varicose veins, cholesterol, high blood pressure. Now, I am not telling you to come off your medication. I'm not telling you not to go to your doctor. When someone comes to me, there's certain supplements you can take with medication. You don't have to go to your doctor.
Okay.
Yeah? Vitamin C is one. But if you have a problem and you go to your doctor, you find out the problem, you get your tests, and if it's severe, go on your medication. If it's not severe, ask your doctor, can I work with you with this? Find out the herbal stuff. If the doctor says, oh, the herbal can't, well, change that doctor and find a doctor you can work with. However, one of my good doctor friends told me, they said, Darrell, I'm going to be the first one to tell you, when we go to school to be a doctor, they don't teach us anything about herbs, so I don't know anything.
That's a shame.
Yeah. I went to doctor once because I got to doctor for my checkup, and I had a heat problem, and I went in there, and when I went in there, the doctor said, man, I know your family, and you all so nice and stuff. Oh, wonderful doctor. And she said, well, I'm going to put you on medication. I said, well, no, I want to get a test to find out what's happening because I've been taking some herbal stuff. Herbal stuff? You don't know what it is? They put me out the office. Right here in Cayman, they put me out the office. Praise God for doctors. He have blessed them, so we need them. We need the medication. So I'm not putting that down. But for instance, when a lot of medication you go on, like for diabetes, they treat the sugar, to control the sugar, but they don't treat the pancreas. So I have stuff to help treat the pancreas. So yes, your medications help in control the sugar, and I have natural stuff also will control your sugar level. I'm not telling you to come off of anything and buy my stuff. When people come to me and say, work with your doctor. One that will work with you with that.
So what are some of the main products you carry?
Before I tell you the main products, also on my website again.
No, you got too much to tell me.
Healthfortoday.ky is the website, and the phone number is 928-1503. 1503. And on the website, I put various links on there. One of the links is one of the lifestyle center out of all of them that I attend, that I recommend if someone want to go to a lifestyle center and have a lifestyle change, take a vacation, go there for 2 weeks, and it's be a wonderful experience. I saw a judge went there once and he cried and said, I haven't experienced this kind of love before. And he cried, a judge. Yeah, so I have that on my website, and as the website come up, I have a video on there because so many people trouble. They can't sleep, insomnia. So I found a product. It's not a pill to knock you out. It's all natural, and it introduces sleep, and while you're sleeping, it helps the body replenish at the same time.
I think I might need that one.
Yeah, so I have that. As the website open, that video is there, and give you a link to the product. So what products I carry is so many. We'll probably look at like, let's say, Better Than Greens. Better Than Greens does so much for you. It having spirulina, it having papaya, having so many different things. It builds the immune system. People with lupus is said, people that took it had lupus say it helped me with my lupus. And these companies that I deal with, what I try to, if I'm dealing with a company and I find that they're saying something, I look at the product, is there, bam, I change, even if I have to throw away the product. And I find that I try to build a relationship with a particular person, a herbalist, from that company, so I'm not going back and forth. They will share testimonies from their customers. I will share testimonies from mine, and we grow together. So Better Than Grain is a good product, and we have the Harden Nutrition. Now, Harden Nutrition is a product that helps with ADD, ADHD, schizophrenia, and different things. I have people here that told me that it has changed their life. A little boy, ADD, going to school, and he could not settle down. He started taking the product, Daily Essential Nutrients, and the teacher called the mother and said, something happened to the child, what you have done after taking the product. And he came off the product, and he went back to the same behavior. So
wow.
they say, we need this product. And how that product start again, in this out of Canada, I bring products from Canada, America, and the UK. It was out of Canada. This man's daughter had, I think it was ADD, and no medication would work. They had to take her child from her because they thought she was going to kill the child. And they were feeding, some pigs had a disorder, they were eating each other, and they started feeding them on supplements, and their behavior changed. So the man said, maybe this will work for my daughter, and they started coming up with the formula for his daughter, and bam, it changed. She's now living a healthy life. They start selling it, marketing it, say good for ADD. Health Canada took them to court to stop them.
Wow.
No, you cannot advertise that unnatural stuff. Well, all the testimonies they had, they won the case, and now they can continue advertising that it did help their daughter with ADD. And that's another one of the products. But I carry so many, like I say, it's over 100 not products that I carry. So people go to the website. Again, when people come to me, I ordered 6,300 tracts that you put in your pocket and read. So when you come to me, I don't just sell your product. I give you this, not all of this information, but I listen to you and kind of advise you. Do you exercise? Do you drink enough water? So I go through that, and I will give them some tracts free of cost to read. On water, on sleep, on exercise, and all of that. And that is my contribution to our community. Like I say, it's not just about making money. If that is what it was about, maybe it would be doing something else. But I enjoy it, seeing people's lives change, calling me and saying, man, what a different, how I'm feeling so different. And you can testify to this yourself.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Like I said earlier, I'm a pescatarian. Not a Presbyterian,
Yes.
pescatarian. I like fish. I love salmon.
Wonderful.
But one of these days, I'm gonna go fully vegan.
Yeah.
But I think that's a hard decision.
I make my own ice cream. I'm going to bring you sometime. I give it away, and some people say it's the best I've ever made. No animal product, no white sugar. I use like agave and stuff like that, from a cactus plant to sweeten it. And I find that to my Christian friends, and I know that they believe this and they mean well, but anyone that believe it and mean well, I would like to do a study with them to show them the root word. King James used various things, but the root word. For instance, in the Bible, when you see meat, in Genesis, God say, the seed, the fruits with the seed will be for your meat. So when people see meat in the Bible, they think it's talking about animal product. Sometime it may be, but it's talking about food, nutrition. And people don't pick that up. People don't pick that up. So people say, well, in Timothy, it say, pray and bless it, and you'll be okay. I was talking to a Christian this week, and I said to him, but you all are sick, same as the people that are not praying. So apparently the praying is not working. Because that is not what Paul is saying if you understand the whole context. All right? So people say, well, Darrell, he don't know what you're saying. Just bear with me. Let's look at it together. Let's look at the root word and what Paul is really saying. Because Paul is not saying that you can eat rat and snake and bless it.
Right. But before we go to a break, Darrell, what do you eat?
Okay, in the morning.
Say it today. What are you going to have?
Okay.
How did you start today and how are you going to end it?
Okay, I will have some oats with some nuts and seeds.
Now, would this be rolled oats or?
Yes.
Okay. Or steel oats.
Yeah.
There's a big difference,
rolled oats.
Okay.
With nuts and seeds, and then I will put a scoop of flaxseed in there. I will put a scoop from a cactus, I think, is from a scoop of that powder, and I will cut up a banana in there, and then on the side of that I will have like papaya, I will have grapefruit, I try to change back and forth, and that's my breakfast. And lunchtime.
So what do you put? What sort of milk do you use?
Almond milk.
Almond milk.
Right. I used to use soy milk, but because I was using some soy products, I tried to use a different milk. But I know I don't even use the soy products. Truthfully, I just use the almond milk. I try to stay fresh with everything. And then lunchtime, I will go to a vegetarian restaurant. I try to budget myself, and I will buy a vegetarian meal. And even some of the vegetarian places do not sell a balanced meal. a balanced meal. And in the night, I will have a shake with my protein better than green, some green stuff, some coconut meat, and some organic cherries. And I will put some sunflower butter in there, and I will blend that and have a nice smoothie. By the way, there are vegans that are not healthy. Yes, because they're not getting all the nutrition that they need, and I used to be one of them. Because I didn't know enough.
So where do you get your protein from that whole day's?
Spirulina.
Okay.
Spirulina, and then I use like the
how many grams per day? How many grams of protein is the daily requirement per day?
Different people say different things. But I was looking at the Mayo Clinic in Minnesota, which is one of the leading clinics, and they're saying a man should not take any more than, I think it was 50 grams of protein per day. 50 grams. Some people say less, some, and a woman is even less because it really messes up your kidneys, and especially animal protein. So what I do is I use plant-based protein every evening. 30 grams every evening, and that is my daily thing. I keep going back and forth and changing with what I have to do. But I know our time is close, but I want to say this. When I was coming here this morning, when I get up in the morning, I say, God, I have these plans today, but I'm going to mess up. I'm going to mess up big time. And if you don't help me, you know that. So you really need to help me. Some people say, well, he's fanatic with God. Well, they call Jesus crazy too and say he had a devil in him. He was drunkard, but he still did the right thing. So that is even coming here this morning. And you see how it worked out this morning with me coming here to 2 sessions.
Wow, there you go.
I just pray and say, God, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do this morning. So take control of it. So he worked all of that out. And I will tell you this, depending, one of the acronyms is T, trust in God. Because in my story, walking away from the secular world out there with music and all of that, when I became a Christian, I walked away from everything, started over $17.82 in my pocket. So I have to set my budget. And because I eat at a restaurant, and I will call the restaurant Cayman Vegan, they're advertising a restaurant. So I eat at Cayman Vegans mostly every day.
For we have a Cayman Vegan?
No. That's what I'm calling. That's what I'm calling the restaurant without calling name Cayman Vegan or Daryl Vegan. And so I set my budget, and that 1 month I had to use some of my budget for something else. And I say, Lord, well, in my mind, I didn't speak out loud. I say, you always provide for me, so you need to take care of this. Remember, I eat at Cayman Vegan. A few days later, the bank called me and said, we had a raffle here and you win some money. There you go. And come and pick it up. And when I went to pick it up, they say it's not really money, it's a certificate for Cayman Vegan.
There you go. I tell you what, he provides for your daily bread, right?
He provides.
Now we're going to take a break. Thanks to our sponsors this morning, Cayman Insurance Center, the Cayman Islands' premier insurance advisors and brokers for health, property, life, and motor insurance. And also thanks to Box Cayman. They're taking you from their kitchen to yours.
Homeowners, protecting your family and property is crucial during the season, and you should always assess insurance needs long before a storm makes landfall. Most insurers won't issue new policies or increases when a storm is imminent. Cayman Insurance Center's team of professionals can help owners like you find the most comprehensive coverage and competitive rates. Call the insurance professionals at Cayman Insurance Center 949-4657 or email info@cic.com.ky. Don't take chances with your family's future or your valuable assets. Call Cayman Insurance Center's insurance professionals today at 949-4657.
Please ensure that food preparation utensils are washed with a strong detergent and rinsed in hot water in the event that they have made contact with flood water. Boil silverware for 10 minutes and immerse glass, porcelain, china, and plastic items in a solution of hot water and 10% chlorine bleach before use.
For more post-hurricane food safety tips, visit DAH website at www.gov.ky/DAH.
The CFA Society Cayman Islands presents the 9th Annual Cayman Investment Forum, Thursday, November 2nd at the Kimpton Seafire Hotel. What are the threats and approaches to investing in a world which has experienced political upheaval and economic shocks in a short span of time? How do these global events impact the Cayman Islands? Radio Cayman brings Talk Today live on location during the CFA Investment Forum this Thursday, bringing you information from experts in finance and investments, AI and robotics, transformational leadership, and more. Conference tickets available at www.caymaninvestmentforum.com.
Business Buzz. Business Buzz with your host, Anita Khan.
And with our guest in the studio this morning, Mr. Daryl Dakers. Daryl is owner of Health for Today. Living healthy starts with you.
And again, I would
and
like
me.
to say, my website is healthfortoday.ky, healthfortoday.ky, phone number 928-1503. Go on there and just have fun. Just browse and have fun. It's a lot of information.
Daryl, you, I'm listening to what you. I'm still processing what you have, what you eat per day.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, boy, you don't eat much, do you?
Well, there's a lot of food.
Yeah.
When I say what I'm eating, it's
Right.
still a lot of food
Yeah.
because, for instance, all those fruits I have.
So
in the morning.
are you filled? I mean, is that filling for you?
Sometime when lunchtime come, I don't have enough space to eat again.
Okay.
I'm so full.
But I guess from training your body that way, your stomach eventually shrinks.
Oh, yeah, and a key. Drink water. Don't wait till you feel thirsty. Have your bottle, and every 5-10 minutes, sip some water. If you feel thirsty, you're already dehydrated.
I read somewhere just a few days ago where you do not drink too much water because it puts that extra pressure on your body to dispose of it or whatever.
The reason why you dispose of a lot of water, you're lacking salt. And the water is just going out the kidney. You're supposed to retain water because your brain need water, blood need water.
Yeah.
So what they're saying now with like Himalayan salt, Himalayan, not Himalaya, Himalayan salt, take a little sprinkle of that on your tongue when you're ready to drink water. I mean, like just a grain of it on your tongue, and that retains your water. So it's very important to have water in the system. It's like saying you don't need your radiator in your car to be full of water all the time to keep feeding the engine, but you need the oil and stuff also. So you need that stuff. But I know we will soon end this program.
No, you take your time. I'll tell you when.
And I don't want this
Susan
to
and I are the controller of time.
Okay, thank you. I don't want to end this program without saying not being fanatic. But all my life I've been searching for a peace and a joy and love that all the women and the wives and everything that I found in traveling. I was traveling once a week one time to America, going to class to find extra peace that I was looking for. People like Michael Jackson and all them go to these classes. And my life just changed when I found Jesus. I'm not talking about what a pastor tell you. Pastors are okay. I'm not telling you what you read in the Bible. I'm talking about having a personal experience. Look at what I just told you.
All right,
about.
so can you hold a second there, Darryl, before I lose my train of thought?
Yeah.
You originally you started out an entertainer.
Yes.
You
from 13 years old in nightclubs.
Right, and you did just. I'm not sure if you did anything bad. Most entertainers, they do stuff. I'm not sure what kind of stuff you done.
Not drugs. Time. I didn't get involved in drugs and stuff like that.
Right. But I mean, that's taking it from being an entertainer and becoming a Christian.
Well, I'm still an entertainer.
You're still an entertainer. Yes. You're coming back. Right. But when did you decide? Where did you meet Jesus? Put it that way.
A matter of fact, I got to a point in my life when I was playing, because women was my problem. I mean, I would have, people didn't know this, I would have 3 women one time, just dating. And I'm a handsome guy, so what else they expect?
Well, okay, yeah.
But I met this girl and she started praying. I had never read the Bible before. I never owned a Bible before. Yes, I grew up just going to Sunday school till about 9. And I started going to play, and I would leave home early just praying to God. God, when I go tonight, help me not to run around on my girlfriend. My whole life changed. No more women, just my girlfriend. I stopped praying, my whole life fell apart. after a while. And I was doing a show. My last show I did before I became a Christian was in Cayman Brac, which we had about 500 people at that show. And I was on the flight going to Miami, and I met a man and talking to him and everything else. And he was telling me about Jesus. And I didn't read the Bible, so I didn't know anything. And when I finished the show, when I was on the airplane, I said to him, pray for me. When I finish the show, I'm going to accept Christ. Well, when I accept Christ, I went to Miami and had a facelift. Restructured my face.
I mean, seriously?
Seriously. Yeah, seriously. $5,000. We'll talk about that some other time.
Why did you want...
Some other time.
No. You can't just tease me with that and leave me there.
You see the entertainers out there, you're looking for something that you can't find, so you try everything. And when I came back to Cayman, I didn't accept him. And that was the 19th of October, 1998. 1999, the first of the year, someone invited me to church. I went to church with an open mind. I went up, they had an altar call. I went up and I wept like a child. I just wept. And I experienced God that day in my life. It changed my life. And I then didn't know him really. And I said, if I'm going to live, if I was going on a lot of stress. A matter of fact, I called a lady. I called Radio Cayman. It was New Year's Eve. And I said, do you all have a line for a counselor? They said no. I said, what about a prayer line? They say, yes. I called a lady. She was out of Canada. I told her my whole story, and she said, you need Jesus. That's when I went to church. And I accepted him. The church said to me, you're going to get baptized. I say, what is baptism? You have to be baptized. I didn't know all that stuff. I was baptized the next week. And then I went through a divorce. All sorts of things happened. The devil came with everything he had. And someone told me, if you leave the church, you're going to put God to shame. And I went outside and wept. And I said, Jesus, I can't put you to shame, but if you give me the strength, I promise you to stay with you and serve you. But if I'm going to live, I need to know you. I went to one pastor and he said to me, you need to know Jesus, but I don't know how you're going to do it. I left there with no hope, because here's a pastor, well-known pastor in Cayman, been pastoring for so many years, and he couldn't tell me how to find Jesus. I don't know anything about the Bible, but I just know I accepted Jesus, how I'm going to find him. And that's when I say the prayer, if I'm not going to know you, put me to sleep, but if I'm going to live, I have to know you. He manifests himself to me. And sometime I felt the presence of God so much into my life. I had to say, God, you need to back off, because I can't take any more of you. And he just... I'll leave you with that. I know we're going to end soon. You will tell me when we're going to end. I have a ministry, Songs of Joy ministry. Notice the word, Songs of Joy. It's joy, one of the fruit, the Spirit, the second, love, joy, peace. So joy, Songs of Joy ministry. And I started over financially. So I said to God this week, there's a lady I met, and I really like her to donate to the ministry, but maybe she don't have the money. She's a lawyer, but maybe she don't have that kind of money, so that's okay if she don't donate. That was Thursday, and I went at my closet and said, God, I don't have a black full suit, and I want a black full suit, but I want a Hugo Boss, but they're made in Italy, and I don't know anyone in Italy. The lady called me and said, listen, me and my boyfriend, we know you're vegan, we provide a vegan dish, we research and find some vegan, and we want you to come over for food, and I have something for you. So I went over, and she said to me, hold on to this, I'm donating to the ministry. I had asked God, but I didn't know if she donate to the ministry. And then she said to me, I'm going away for a few weeks, and I'm going to Italy.
There's your Hugo
I said,
Boss.
but I was just talking to God about this, and I told her, sir, she said, I'm going to go over there. I'm going to a Hugo Boss store, and I'm going to take some pictures. I'm going to send them back for you. Give me your size. I'll buy you a Hugo Boss suit, and I'll bring it back for you. That is the relationship I'm talking about.
Yeah. Awesome.
What else you want to ask me?
I'm done, man. No, I'm not finished yet. But before we let you go down, I know you're busy. You got stuff to do. Where can we find your products locally? Just call you?
Just call me. I work from home, and one reason for that, I know I'll have a store one day, is because I can keep the price down working from home, because the natural stuff is very costly. And that's another thing I researched. Why you buy spirulina from one company and it's $20 this month, and 6 months later it's $40? depending on the demand, depending where it's grow, whether it's on the mountainside or down in the valley, all of that changes the prices. So being at home with the products, I am more competitive of selling from home. And again, you just call me at 928-1503 or visit the website healthfortoday.ky.
You've got email too.
And email. Well, once they go to the website, they see all of that information. My testimony is on there and everything else. So go to the website, have some fun, give me a call. Even if you don't buy from me and you need information, that is fine. That's what I'm here for.
What's the feedback being like, Darren?
Very, very good. Very, very good. Some people come to me and say, listen, we don't buy it from anyone else now because we trust you. And you have to have a relationship with your people that they can trust you. Trust is very, very important. For instance, I don't sell everything I need. So I will go to a particular place here and buy one thing. And when you go there, people will come in and say, you're selling this product as this vegan? Oh, let me go to the internet and research it. Oh, no, it's not vegan. But they say they're vegan. And also, I will leave you with this also. There are supplements that you buy and it's a veggie caps. And people say, hey, I'm taking veggie stuff. The capsule is veggie, but what is inside of it is not veggie.
Right.
So they trick you. And you know, it's so sad that people do this and they know they're doing it for the wrong reason. Not all companies, I'm saying that, but it is a reality.
Wow. I've got to try some of your proteins.
You try the protein, you will like it, you will enjoy it, and you will feel the difference.
Well, Darryl, I want to say thank you so much.
Thank you.
I enjoy this morning with you.
You have to bring me back.
We've got to talk to the boss next door.
Because what happened? What happened? I formed a company called Making a Difference Cayman.
Making a Difference Cayman.
Making a Difference Cayman. A totally different company. And I have a company called Songs of Joy Ministry. So I'll be talking about making a difference Cayman, where I'm going, what I'm doing, how God is leading me with that, with some exciting
we want to hear. We want to hear more about that. But folks, don't forget, new start, nutrition, exercise, water, sunlight, temperance, that's important, air, rest, and most of all, trusting God. Darryl, thank you so much. Thanks to our sponsors this morning, Cayman Insurance Center, celebrating 45 years of service to Cayman. And Box Cayman, make sure if you're looking for a way to spend more quality time with your family, Susan, without sacrificing delicious and nutritious meals, look no further than boxed fresh frozen dinners. I have yet to try some box, but I will. Thanks to Susan for producing this show this morning. And in the meantime, please stay safe. We'll bring you another Business Buzz on Thursday. Have a wonderful day. From me, your host, Anita Can, and eat healthy.
Life can get hectic, but dinner doesn't have to be a hassle. Made with love, boxed frozen meals are preservative-free and packed with nutrition. From jerk chicken pasta to Caribbean spice pulled pork, we've got your taste buds covered. Box cares about your family and the environment. Our trays and sleeves are compostable and recyclable. With Boxed, dinner is ready in a flash. Just heat from frozen in the oven or microwave for a delicious home-cooked meal. Find our meals and desserts at your local supermarket or order through the Bento app for convenient delivery. Boxed. From our kitchen to yours.
From a haunted house to haunted caves, Crystal Caves brings the scream this Halloween, Tuesday, October 31st from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Fun for all the kids with costume contests, tricks and treats to nibbles and eats. Admission only $10. Book at 925-3001 or 949-2283 or book online at CaymanCrystalCaves.com. Take a tour of the haunted Crystal Caves, Tuesday, October 31st from 6:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. For the Health of It, heard on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. and repeated on Saturdays at 9:30 a.m. is brought to you by Cayman Medical Center, Cayman's most awarded private medical clinic, located in the heart of Georgetown. Visit their website at medical.ky or call 623-1000.
The Business Buzz is proudly sponsored by Cayman Insurance Center, celebrating 45 years in the Cayman Islands, specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services. And Boxed. Email sales@boxed.ky to place your